Anna had never imagined her life would turn out like this. After a painful divorce in her late 30s, she moved to a quiet town in Oregon to restart her life. She found work as a local art teacher, kept to herself, and spent weekends walking along the river trails or reading in her little backyard garden. Life had become calm but lonely. Then she met David, a kind and grounded man, at a bookstore one rainy afternoon. He was older by a few years, quiet like her, and carried his own past with quiet strength. He had a son, Liam, who lived with him part-time after David's own difficult divorce. Liam was polite and soft-spoken, a college student majoring in architecture, quiet like his father, but even more withdrawn. Anna noticed how he never really looked people in the eyes and often kept his headphones on, lost in his own world. At first, Anna thought it would be awkward becoming a stepmother to a grown boy. But David made the transition easy. They married quietly, with only a few close friends in attendance. Liam had attended, standing stiffly in a navy suit, offering a small smile and a quiet congratulations. The early months of their new life together were smooth, but Anna often found herself tiptoeing around Liam, unsure of how much space to give him. He was always respectful, never rude, never dismissive, but he was distant. She understood. He was used to a broken rhythm of family life. Still, she couldn't help but notice things. The way he always made sure the dishes were washed before she could touch them. Or how he'd leave a warm cup of tea by her desk when she worked late into the night on her lesson plans. He never said much, but she noticed everything. One evening in early spring, David left for a business trip that would keep him away for 5 days. Anna felt strange about being in the house with Liam alone. But she reassured herself he was practically an adult, and it wasn't anything unusual. Liam came home late from campus that evening. Anna was in the kitchen, stirring soup, music playing softly in the background. She turned, startled to see him standing in the doorway, rain dripping from his jacket. "You're soaked," she said, reaching for a towel. He took it from her wordlessly, brushing the water from his face and hair. His eyes met hers, and she saw something she hadn't seen before. Yes, but also a kind of quiet curiosity. Like he had something on his mind. Dinner was quiet, but not awkward. They talked about his classes, her students, and how the early spring rain always made her feel nostalgic. He listened closely, nodding, sometimes smiling faintly. For the first time, it felt like a conversation, not small talk. After the dishes were cleaned and the kitchen dimmed down, Anna made her way to the living room, curled up on the couch with a book and her usual mug of chamomile tea. She almost didn't notice when Liam entered the room and sat down in the armchair across from her. He wasn't looking at his phone or wearing headphones. He just sat there, watching the fireplace flicker. It was quiet, peaceful. Then he spoke. "You like teaching, don't you?" She looked up, a little surprised. "I do. It gives me purpose, I think." He nodded. "You're good at it. You explain things in a way that makes people feel comfortable." Anna's heart warmed. Compliments from Liam were rare. She didn't want to make a big deal out of it, but it meant more than she could admit. They sat in the soft glow of the fire for a while. The silence between them not heavy, just thoughtful. "I used to be scared of you," Liam said suddenly, his voice quiet but steady. Anna turned, brows raised. "Scared?" "Well, not scared. Just unsure. I didn't know how to be around you. You're kind. You notice things. And I wasn't used to that." Anna smiled gently. "Oh, I was unsure, too. I didn't want to take up space you weren't ready to give." That night, something shifted. It wasn't dramatic or loud. It's just a quiet opening of a door that had stayed closed for too long. The next day, they moved around each other more naturally. Anna made breakfast, and Liam joined her without needing to be asked. They shared coffee and even joked lightly about how neither of them could keep houseplants alive. It was simple, but it felt good. By the third night, the distance between them had melted into something warm. Anna was grading papers in the living room when Liam walked in with 2 mugs of tea. He placed one beside her without saying anything, then sat beside her, not across the room like before, but next to her on the couch. She looked over at him, surprised by the closeness, but not uncomfortable. "Thank you," she said. He shrugged, smiling faintly. "You always make tea for everyone else. I thought you deserved one tonight." His gesture made something stir inside her, something that felt like appreciation, but also something deeper she couldn't name yet. She noticed how he sat a little straighter now, how his eyes didn't always avoid hers. He was still shy, still reserved, but something about him had started to change. That night, as Anna walked upstairs, she paused by the railing and glanced back down at the living room, where Liam was picking up the mugs. He looked up at her and smiled. Not a quick one, not polite, but real. Warm Dotted caught her off guard, and yet she smiled back. There was something about that moment that lingered long after she closed her bedroom door. And in that still silence of the house, she began to wonder, was Liam changing, or had he simply decided to show her who he really was? She wasn't sure yet, but something told her that night wouldn't be the last time he surprised her. Anna couldn't shake the feeling that something was shifting between her and Liam. The quiet moments they shared felt charged with a new energy she hadn't expected. Liam, who had always been shy and reserved, seemed to be slowly opening up. And Anna found herself watching him with a mix of curiosity and something softer, something almost like hope. That weekend, with David still away on his business trip, the house felt quieter but somehow warmer. Anna and Liam fell into an easy routine. They ate breakfast together, pancakes one morning, scrambled eggs. The next, Dan talked more freely. Liam shared little stories from his architecture classes, describing his projects with more enthusiasm than she had seen before. Anna listened, genuinely interested, and encouraged him to talk more. One afternoon, Liam surprised her by asking if she wanted to go for a walk. They had never spent time alone outside the house before, and Anna hesitated for a moment, then nodded. The spring air was cool and fresh, the trees just beginning to bud. They walked slowly along a nearby path that wound through a small park. The quiet of the woods around them made conversation easier. Liam told her about his love for old buildings, the way they held stories and memories. He spoke softly, his eyes bright when he described a crumbling brick church he wanted to restore. Anna realized that beneath his shy exterior was a passionate and thoughtful young man who cared deeply about the world around him. As they walked, Anna noticed how Liam's posture was different, more relaxed, less guarded. She felt a gentle warmth growing inside her, the kind that comes when you connect with someone in a way that feels rare and real. That evening, they cooked dinner together. Liam chopped vegetables while Anna stirred the sauce. Laughed when Liam accidentally spilled a little olive oil, and Anna teased him gently. The kitchen, usually a place Anna was alone, became alive with easy conversation and shared smiles after dinner. They sat on the couch watching an old movie, sitting closer than usual. Anna felt Liam's hand brush against hers, and for a moment neither pulled away. She caught his eyes, and in them she saw the same hesitation and longing she felt inside. The night deepened, and Liam surprised her again. Instead of retreating to his room like usual, he stayed on the couch, closer still. When the movie ended, he turned to her, voice low and steady. "Anna, I know I'm shy. I know I don't say much. But I want you to know I'm grateful. For you. For everything." Anna's heart thudded in her chest. "Thank you, Liam. That means a lot." He hesitated, then took a gentle breath. "I don't want to be just the quiet guy in the corner anymore. I want to be someone you can rely on, someone who stands with you." She smiled, touched by his honesty. "You already are." For the first time, Liam took the lead, not with words alone, but with the small courage it took to close the distance between them. He reached for her hand, holding it softly. Anna didn't pull away. Instead, she felt a spark of connection, quiet but powerful, as the night wore on. They talked about their fears and hopes, about family and the future. Anna learned about Liam's struggles, how the divorce had shaken him, how he feared disappointing those he cared about. Liam saw her as more than a stepmother. He saw her as someone who understood, When it was time to go to bed, Liam walked Anna to her door and paused. Their eyes met, and Anna felt an unspoken promise hanging in the air, a promise of patience, trust, and maybe something more. As she closed her door and leaned against it, Anna realized that this night was different. Liam, the shy stepson, had taken the lead. He had shown her a side of himself she hadn't seen before, a side that was ready to trust, to connect, and to be brave. For the first time, Anna felt a hopeful warmth about their future. Whatever challenges lay ahead, she knew they had taken a step together toward something meaningful. And somewhere deep inside, she wondered, was this just the beginning? Anna woke the next morning with a strange mix of excitement and nervousness. The previous night's quiet closeness with Liam played over in her mind, and she found herself wondering if he felt the same way. The shy stepson, who once kept to himself, had taken a bold step toward her. And Anna realized she was ready to meet him halfway. That day, life went on as usual. Anna prepared breakfast while Liam gathered his books for class. Their eyes met across the kitchen, and this time, the glance held something unspoken, a silent promise of change. Neither said it aloud, but the air between them felt lighter, more open. At work, Anna couldn't focus entirely. Her students' chatter faded into the background as she replayed moments from the night before. She was careful not to jump to conclusions. Liam was still her stepson, and their new closeness was fragile and uncertain. But she couldn't deny the flutter in her chest when she returned home. Liam was already there, sitting at the dining table, working on a project. He looked up and smiled, a genuine smile that reached his eyes. Anna's heart softened. They spent the evening together again, sharing a simple dinner. Liam opened up more about his dreams to design buildings that blended nature and history. Anna listened, fascinated by his passion and vulnerability. Later, while they washed the dishes, Liam's hand brushed hers. This time, neither pulled away. Instead, he gently took her hand in his, holding it with care. Anna felt a warmth spread through her body, a mix of comfort and something deeper. They sat on the couch, hands still joined, talking quietly about their pasts. Liam spoke about his fears, the fear of losing people, of being misunderstood. Anna shared her own heartbreaks, the loneliness she had felt after her divorce. In that room, surrounded by soft shadows and the hum of the city outside, two wounded hearts found a fragile connection. They were learning to trust again, to let down walls that had kept them apart. As the night deepened, Liam took another step forward. He leaned closer, his voice barely above a whisper. "Anna, I don't want to rush things, but I want you to know I care about you more than I thought I could." Anna's breath caught. She looked into his eyes, honest, sincere, searching. "I care about you too, Liam. I've felt it growing, something between us." He smiled, a little shy but full of hope. "Then maybe we can figure it out together. No pressure, just us." Anna nodded, feeling tears she didn't expect prick her eyes. It wasn't just about romance. It was about healing, about finding someone who understood the quiet spaces inside her heart. That night, as they said goodnight, Liam surprised her once more. He gently brushed a stray strand of hair from her face, his fingers lingering a moment longer than necessary. Anna felt her pulse quicken but didn't pull away. Instead, she let herself savor the closeness, the simple, tender gesture. Days passed, and the new connection between them grew stronger, yet remained tender and cautious. They spent more time together, discovering each other's rhythms. Liam became less guarded, more willing to share his thoughts and feelings. Anna found herself looking forward to their moments, the quiet talks, the shared meals, the subtle touches. Their relationship wasn't perfect. There were moments of awkwardness, hesitation, and doubt. But they faced those moments together, learning to communicate with honesty and patience. One evening, as spring deepened, they took a walk under a sky painted with fading sunlight. Liam reached for Anna's hand, holding it gently as they strolled. She squeezed his hand back. It's a silent agreement that they were in this together. As they stopped by a quiet bench, Liam turned to her. "Anna, thank you for being patient with me, for seeing me even when I was too shy to show who I really was. Anna smiled warmly. Thank you for trusting me. I know this isn't easy. He nodded. But it's worth it. In that moment, surrounded by the soft glow of evening, they shared a quiet kiss, light, respectful, full of promise. It wasn't about rushing or passion. It was about connection, about two people opening their hearts after so much silence. Anna knew there would be challenges ahead. Their relationship was unconventional, filled with complexities only they could understand. But she also knew something else. Love didn't always arrive in perfect packages. Sometimes it came quietly, softly, when two people were brave enough to take a chance. And for Anna and Liam, that chance was the beginning of something real. The days following their quiet, gentle kiss felt different for Anna and Liam. It was as if a new thread had been woven into the fabric of their relationship, making it stronger but also more fragile, delicate to handle. They both sensed the weight of what was growing between them, a bond that was deeper than just family or friendship. It was something new, something neither had expected but both silently welcomed. Anna noticed how Liam began to stand a little taller, no longer hiding behind his shyness. There was a spark in his eyes she hadn't seen before, a quiet confidence that made her heart flutter. Liam, too, noticed how Anna's smiles came more easily now, how her eyes softened when she looked at him. They were learning to navigate this new closeness without rushing, honoring the pace that felt right for both of them. One evening, the house was wrapped in the soft glow of lamps, and a gentle rain tapped against the windows. Anna was curled on the couch reading when Liam walked in carrying 2 mugs of tea. He handed one to her, his hand steady but his gaze nervous. For a moment they simply looked at each other, the silence between them full of unsaid words. "I'm glad you're here," Liam said quietly, settling beside her. The warmth of the tea between their hands was like the warmth growing in their hearts. Anna smiled, her eyes shining with a mixture of gratitude and something deeper. That night, their conversation drifted from everyday things to dreams and fears. Liam shared more about his childhood, the pain of feeling invisible during his parents' divorce, the loneliness he often felt. Anna spoke of her own struggles, the heartbreak of losing herself in a failed marriage, the fear of opening her heart again. Their stories intertwined, creating a bridge of understanding and trust. As the night grew late, Liam reached out and gently took Anna's hand. His touch was careful, respectful, but firm enough to say he was there. Anna didn't pull away. Instead, she let herself lean into the moment, feeling safe and seen in a way she hadn't in years. Days turned into weeks, and their connection deepened with every shared smile, every quiet touch, every late-night talk. Liam became more expressive, and Anna grew more open to the possibility of a future with him. A future that felt full of hope despite the challenges they knew they might face. One afternoon, they decided to take a trip to the nearby coast. The ocean stretched endlessly before them, its waves crashing softly against the shore. They walked hand in hand along the beach, the salty breeze tangling their hair. For the first time, they talked openly about what their relationship meant to them. "I was scared before," Liam admitted, scared of what people might think, scared of getting hurt again. "But with you, I feel like I'm finally allowed to be myself." Anna squeezed his hand. "I feel the same. It won't always be easy, but I want to face it with you." That evening, back at home, Liam surprised Anna by cooking dinner. He wasn't an experienced chef, but he put care into every step. As they ate together, laughter filled the room, a sign that their love was growing stronger with each passing day. Yet, despite their happiness, both Anna and Liam knew they would have to face the opinions of others, family, friends, society. Their relationship was unconventional, and not everyone would understand it. But they decided they would face those challenges together, supporting each other through the unknown. One night, as they sat by the fireplace, Liam looked into Anna's eyes and said, "I don't want to hide anymore. I want to be proud of what we have." Anna nodded, her heart full. "Let's take that step when we're ready, together." Their journey was far from over. But in that moment, surrounded by the flickering firelight and each other's presence, They knew they were ready to face whatever came next, side by side, hearts open, and hands held tight. The shy stepson had taken the lead that night, but it was their shared courage that would carry them forward into a new chapter of love and understanding.